Hi, my name is Scott Lamline. I'm Director of Music at St. John's Episcopal Church in West Hartford and Artistic Director of the Music at the Red Door concert series. And welcome to our latest Wednesday 12:15 pop-up concert. We're doing these weekly during this time of social isolation and hope they provide you a time of comfort and joy as we bring you some wonderful music. These concerts are a benefit, and you'll see in the description below links that you can click to donate, and I hope you will donate generously to one of these three organizations that provide help to those in need and are homeless in and around the greater Hartford area and some close to St. John's. We often get knocks at the door and we're not able to help people in any way because we can't be in the building at all during this time. So I hope you'll be generous and help. Today we are welcoming Edward Clark to our series, and Ed's a good friend and colleague and has been music director at First Church in Farmington for a very long time and is also organist for the Hartford Symphony. He has a very interesting and wonderful collection of instruments in his home, and he'll be sharing those with you now. And so please welcome and enjoy this concert by Ed Clark.
Good afternoon. We welcome you to my music studio with all my collection of historic keyboard instruments. We're going to hear music on 4 different instruments this afternoon. The first one is going to be played on this single manual harpsichord built in the South German style, strung entirely in brass, built by Connecticut harpsichord builder Karl Dudash. And for this performance, I have tuned it in the mean tone tuning, and I have done a short octave tuning because the original piece by Buxtehude has notes in it that you cannot reach on a modern keyboard. So I'll just give you an example. I need to be able to play a low E and I need to be able to play that whole triad. And if my hand played the regular note, the bottom note would be there, and my top note would be here, and I can't reach it. So I've retuned the bottom notes, so this is now C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So,
cool.
Okay, the next instrument you hear is a harpsichord that was converted into a Lautenwerk. And it has a much more mellow sound than the previous harpsichord you would have heard. It's strung in synthetic gut strings, fluorocarbon, kind of a glorified fish line. And its Lautenwerk means lute works. So a lute sounds played from a keyboard. It's a very warm and rich sound. Next, we'll hear from my big 2-manual harpsichord built by Carl Fudge, and this is in a Franco-Flemish style, which means that it's a copy of an instrument from the later 1600s built in the Netherlands or in Brussels or in the Flemish world anyway, as it might have been enlarged in a French workshop later on. The range expanded a little bit so that it's kind of a combination of a Flemish and a French instrument. And in contrast to the first harpsichord, which was strung in brass, this is strung in iron and some bronze in the bass, and has a longer sustained sound and is a more mellow sound.
Would you like to explain the mottos?
The mottos. These are custom made for me. The big one here, Ecce is behold, emito musica, I send out music, cara, amena, and celebria, dear, memorable, and celebrated. And I had the Latin teacher at Miss Porter School in Farmington come up with the motto for me because the first letter of each line is my initials, EEC. The one on the other side of the lid, Tange et gaude, is touch and rejoice in the sounds of music. That's a historic motto that was used on old instruments. And finally, you're going to hear some organ music. only not a big cathedral-style organ, but rather this little one-keyboard Klop organ. It was made in 1989 in the Netherlands, and it's the organ that I take all around New England, playing continual jobs with choirs and orchestras. And it's made entirely with wooden pipes, and it has 3.5 sets of pipes. Go on over and look in, and you actually can see some of the organ pipes down here. And it's amazing that they can get all these organ pipes in such a small little space, and it all works. Okay, so those are the instruments you're going to hear today. I hope you enjoy them.